let's talk about today's title, which is Uber going to be offering to pay for a commercial insurance if drivers are going to have their own?
Next
And
one.
not that slide. That slide. There we go.
Yeah.
So this has been kind of circulated through when it comes to people sending this to us. So we appreciate that very much.
Look at this shit.
And
Sorry, Chris. Look at this shit. I
Hey,
tried asking them to remove the blocker. In the chat, they said my registration insurance. Hey, man, call support. Everybody call support now. Everybody call Philippines. Screw this chatbot bullshit. Just everybody call Philippines. They're supposed to take it off. Anyway.
Let's wait until the topic's over, bro.
Okay, buddy.
All right. So either way, yes, commercial insurance. If drivers hold their own commercial insurance, it looks like Uber is looking to pay drivers 48 cents per mile.
Okay, I talked to Uber today. Okay, I got the down low. It's only for P3. All you know should know what P3 is now. Okay, please. with a button in the back seat. That's P3 for some of you who don't know still. So they're doing this in San Diego. Okay. Imminently, it's about to happen in LA. That's all I can say. When? I don't know. Now, if some of you are in San Diego are going to take this on and go get your commercial insurance, I need to know. But I'm really, really interested in this subject. Okay. Because I want to do the math. I want to see if 48 cents is enough. Number one. I want to see what kind of policy you got, what your premium is per month. Okay. From the looks of this, just neutral. I'm totally neutral. I think it's a good idea, but I think it automatically eliminates every part-time driver because commercial insurance is goddamn expensive in California. It's probably $1,200 to $1,500 a month. So if you're doing 150 trips, this is not for Black, by the way. This is for X, Comfort, everything. Uber is testing this because they're sick and tired, supposedly, of paying very high commercial insurance rates. I'm like, okay, Uber. So is 48 cents a mile enough? So if I did the math correctly, just, back of the envelope kind of math, if you drive, let's say, 1,000 P3 miles a week, P3 miles, because that's what the 48 cents applies, that's $480. Times 4 is $1,900. So you may end up making more money if you're doing a lot of P3 miles. And the rates are going to be different city by city, by the way. So I'm told. So to this driver, they kind of did a little bit of a, like, hey, you would have saved $9,633 extra based on your trips. Well, let's figure this out, Chris. 9,633 divided by 12 is what? It's about 800, right? 800 would be exactly that. Yeah, $800 a month. Uber, there's no commercial insurance for $800 a month for an individual. So that wouldn't be enough. So you have to drive 1,000 miles, P3 miles. The rest, P1, P2, doesn't count. P3 miles, although your commercial insurance will cover you for that probably. Actually, what I'm thinking, Chris, is your commercial insurance you get individually may be a better insurance policy than what Uber is providing you during P1, P2, P3 anyway. Yep. So this is a start. This is a pilot. I think it's an okay idea, but I think it's for full-time drivers who do at least 150 probably trips a week and at least drive 1,000 P3 miles a week. So that's my initial reaction.
I think the biggest thing is you need to actually find out your own policy because everybody's going to have a little bit different when it comes down to how much they're going to have to pay. And so I think right off the bat, if they have to pay, X amount of dollars per month or year or whatever it might be, this is showing you would have earned $9,600 or $9,633 in 12 months if you would have, signed up for this particular thing. But the reality could have been that, maybe it costs them, you're right, maybe let's say $1,000 a month, which means they need to make $12,000. So that means they either have to drive more or whatever. And everybody's going to be different. So who knows the particular case on this? The other side of the coin is, are you thinking, how much does Uber actually charge per mile on a commercial insurance on average? Maybe.
That's the ticket. That's the ticket. That's exactly what it
Yep.
is, right? Because
So
we know, yeah.
here's my thing. If let's say it's around $1 a mile in
Yeah,
commercial insurance
yeah,
for California. Let's
yeah.
say it's around $1 a mile. Well, right there, it's half the cost. Well, why are you doing half the cost when it's going
Well,
to cost you
well,
close to that? Let's say
yeah,
even
but
75 cents a mile, whatever it might be. Either way,
well,
I don't think that Uber should be pocketing anything when it comes to the commercial insurance
uh,
aspect of things. I think that they should be paying the entirety of the commercial insurance to the driver because they're the ones who are holding the policy. Uber is not. So that's my personal opinion.
well,
And
Uber's saying to me that
um,
the rider pays for commercial insurance, the driver doesn't, which is true. Okay. And they're saying that this way the fares will go lower and drivers will be busier. That part I'm not buying, but this is a great comment by Daniel.
I
Why
don't.
not pay the entire amount of external fees? I agree 1,000,000%. If you look at the external fees or Lyft's Hocus Pocus 70/30 guarantee after external fees sometimes just way over 48 cents a mile, right? So I
Yep.
agree with that. But the other advantage you will have if you have commercial insurance, right? Now you can actually poach all the Uber Lyft customers you want. You can do
Yep.
all the private trips you want, all the friends and family trips you want, in addition to getting the 48 cents a mile. So this is an interesting thing. So if any of you are taking this on, please, please, please send me all the details, your insurance policy, your coverage, what coverage you have, what your premium is. If Uber is paying you 48 cents, because in LA it's going to be higher rate, by the way, but it's coming to LA. I don't know when, but I actually do dig this. Based on your actual driving, the commercial supplement could have earned you before insurance and permit costs. There isn't any permit cost. $8,088 for driving. And there you go, 16,850 miles with a passenger in your car in the last 9 months. So this guy driving 9 months, about 1,700, 1,800 miles. Not enough. You need to drive more. You need to have about 600 to 800 P3 miles for you to kind of justify the cost. And $6,942 for driving 14,000 miles with a passenger in your car in the last 6 months. So Uber already, look, they already have the data. They're sending it to a lot of San Diego drivers. And when I got this from a driver, I said, do you do black? Because I didn't even know that they were piloting. And he goes, no, I just do X and comfort. I'm like, holy shit,
Mm.
this is something new. And then I asked Uber, and that's what the information they gave me. You know what? This is something, if you're a full-time driver, this X, and I have a decent car. I mean, I'm not going to like a beat up Prius or some shit. But if you have like a fairly new car, I think this is doable. And if this is your career, if you're full-time, yeah, and then now you can do all the private trips you want.
Hey everyone, Sergio here with the Rideshare Guy. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past year and a half, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your account where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
As I always say when it comes to Uber or Lyft and testing anything else out, I'd have to see first how things go before I can make any decisions. Like
Yeah,
seeing it on the surface like that, we can speculate all day long. I got to see how things are. The only thing
oh,
too, with
something.
that being said, is uh, when the passenger is given the ride amount, the upfront fare for them, how much
Yeah,
it's going to cost the ride, that's not going to incorporate the fact that the driver that's paired with that particular rider is going to have their own commercial insurance or not. So they could be charging the ass of that passenger, uh, a lot when it comes to commercial insurance. And is the driver going to get that? No, because they're going to get 48 cents a mile. So I think there's a lot of bugs when it comes to it. Hopefully, Uber is going to be a little bit better when it comes to how they're going to pay drivers. And the other side too is, in 6 months, is it going to go from 48 cents to 42 cents? Is it going to drop? So these are all things that I would want to know and be assured that, they're not going to be doing something like that, especially.
No,
So
I agree.
there's a lot of questions that I have. I am not sold on this yet. I think it's
Well,
an interesting concept. I like it. This is something I've been saying for a while that this needs to happen. But when it comes down to it, 100% of the commercial insurance line item needs to go to the driver in order to make that.
well,
I understand why they're coming up with a per mile addendum for it, but the reality is they need to make sure that the driver is actually able to make the amount, which means that, yeah, you have to drive the proper amount in order to do that too. So there's a lot of things. And it's going to take time for me to figure out what's going on
well,
and feedback from
uh,
drivers who are potentially on this versus not.
if anybody is doing this, just keep in touch with me, Sergio at rideshareguy.com. If you're going to undertake it, let's start from the first step so we can document what's going on, have a clear idea of the math. I do agree with Chris that it's like every trip that I look at, on my own receipts is $1.10, 95 cents for commercial insurance. That line item that says it includes commercial insurance, So that means there is something else in there. Because if you're paying me 48 cents, right? If the rider is paying $1 a mile for commercial insurance, why am I getting paid 48 cents? So this needs work. But if any of you are doing it in San Diego, when it comes to LA, if any of you are going to undertake this, even for a few months or whatever it is, to see even if it works, keep in touch with me, Sergio at rideshareguy.com, and let's document the whole thing from the get-go.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.